Robert Guaderrama is at the Ector County Coliseum with a look at the preparation for the fiesta. Robert?
Jay Tatum, I'm here outside the Ector County Coliseum where they're setting up for Fiesta West Texas. Now, this is the largest Cinco de Mayo party in all the Permian Basin. They're setting up for live performances, vendors for food. They have a big carnival out here for the kids to get on some rides, and they'll have shows with special animals. Let me show you this exhibit I'm at here right now with the white tigers. This is Splash and his trainer, Marcus. Now, Marcus, why don't you tell me, how much does Splash weigh?
Splash is right about 550 pounds. He's a big boy. He really is.
All right, so I'm sure he eats a lot. Why don't we try giving him a bone here?
He's actually having one of his favorite ones. These actually are drumsticks, and you'll notice whenever he opens up his mouth, he's got a pretty big bite range there. Drumsticks, which is poultry, obviously, it's one of his favorites, and even when he takes it in, notice he'll just snap that right on in like it's absolutely nothing. You need to try that.
Let's do this.
Hold that one right there.
All right, Splash, let's see.
Target, watch your target right in there, and just tell you open. He's going
open, Splash.
Here he comes.
Come on.
And as he comes up, open for us. There you go.
There we go. Very nice. All right, so obviously Splash is very hungry, and if you're hungry, there'll be plenty of delicious food out here. Live performances going on all weekend long. Ana Barbara is actually one of the headliners here this weekend, and there's going to be a carnival actually already getting started tonight. And if you bring a can of food, all the cans will be donated to the West Texas Food Bank, and you can get an unlimited ride wristband for only $5, which is a big discount to donate to the West Texas Food Bank. And like I said, all weekend long, the weather should be great this weekend. Tomorrow it launches, and it's 6 to 11 p.m. tomorrow, and on Saturday and Sunday 2 to 11 p.m. So a lot of fun for the family out here this weekend. For now, reporting live outside the Ector County Coliseum, Robert Guaderrama. Jay Tatum, back to you.
CBS 7's Robert Guaderrama joins us now live from the Midland Horseshoe Arena with more on what this all means for these soldiers. Robert?
Jay Tatum, it has been a very patriotic day of support here for those that serve our country. Now look behind me, look at all of this red, white, and blue. It truly is a representation of our West Texas spirit of American pride. Now this banquet here is just the end to day one of a weekend long of fun activities to show our support. That's right, Catherine. I'm here at the new Best Buy in Odessa, where take a look at this. It is pretty much a campsite outside these doors. A long line is already forming for people getting ready for this midnight opening. And let me tell you, these large crowds require for some planning for. In fact, OSHA has issued an official warning to retailers with a long list of recommended safety measures. Jay Tatum, I'm here at the Ector County Coliseum for the 25th annual Shrimp Fest fundraiser. Now, all proceeds that are raised tonight are going to the Ellen Noel Art Museum. As you can see, the event is already well underway. Now, they're expecting about 1,500 people here tonight, and I just spoke with the chef, and he's telling me that they brought in 1,400 pounds of shrimp. Now, that's about a pound of shrimp per person, so there's plenty of shrimp to go around.
CBS 7's Robert Guaderrama is standing by now live in Odessa to show us the haze out there tonight. Why doctors are calling this the worst fire season their offices have seen. Robert?
That's right, Jay. I'm here at the UTBB campus where you can see behind me that thick layer of haze that's just over the soccer field here actually being illuminated by those lights up there. Now, the winds out here are very strong, and they're actually blowing the haze into our area from the Deaton coal fire that's burning just south of us in Val Verde County. As we know, firefighters have been very busy battling the flames, but doctors have also been very busy battling the illnesses that are sparked up by these fires. Of course, if you are pulled over, you may use your cell phone as you please, and if you do have a navigation system on your phone, as long as it's hands-free or affixed to the vehicle, you may also use it. This is the aftermath of this devastating incident. Now, as you can see behind me, the site truly speaks for itself. Now, this bulldozer traveled about half a mile to get here, first slamming into one mobile home, then completely slicing through this one, not stopping until it hit the third home about 200 yards down the road. Now, we're just a few hours away from these doors behind me opening up, and I can already feel the anticipation building up here in this crowd. I'm being told that this year, TVs are the hottest items. Reporting in Odessa, Robert Guaderrama, CBS 7 News.
We like to put fun back into their lives.
Operation Comfort helps keep spirits high for recovering soldiers at Brooke Army Medical Center in San Antonio.
They've gone through amputations, burns, PTSD, traumatic brain injury, limb salvage, and a myriad of other problems.
One of those soldiers is Sergeant Robert James Dickey.
I suffered a below-the-knee amputee on my right leg and lost part of my left calf.
Dickey says the program, which offers many activities and outlets, provides a vital service.
Kind of take your mind off of what's going on with yourself and your rehabilitation and everything else is just kind of, coming down on you.
One of the programs, called Auto Motivation, allows the soldiers to build and repair cars like these that were displayed at Odessa's VFW.
They have to go through this process of trying to figure out what's wrong with the car and how to get it going again. Well, somehow or another, I think that they learn how to use that same process to fix something that's going on within them.
Our local VFW is a longtime sponsor of the program, whose members are on their way to show off their finished cars in Las Vegas. One benchmark during a long journey toward recovery and normalcy.
It just makes you feel like you're a part of society again, like you fit back in.
We'll never forget.
Hundreds gather to pay tribute as a twisted beam from the Twin Towers is unveiled at the Alpine Border Patrol Station's new 9/11 memorial.
It's emotional for a lot of people. It means a lot to bring this piece here, and I'm glad that we were able to do it.
For many, seeing the artifact for the first time resonates many sentiments.
It makes me feel sad for the loss of lives that happened because of a terrorist act.
I wanted to touch that piece, you know. I just can't believe that that's one of the pieces that were there, you know, that took place on that horrible morning. And it's, you know, it changed the life forever.
It just makes me sad to think of all that we lost, but proud that we've got to get a piece here.
Touching it, just, you know, it's a sense of you're part of it. And even though it happened in New York, and it happened in the Pentagon, and it happened in Pennsylvania, it happened to America.
For Agent Reynolds, the memorial is a reminder of the importance of the job he does every day.
This piece just reinforces that message that we send, that our job is to prevent terrorists and their weapons from coming to our country.
A reminder not only of the great loss, but of the courage and strength that defines America.
It's a symbol of the resiliency of the American people. You can knock us down where we're going to get back up. This piece was knocked down in a pile of rubble. It's standing quite proudly in front of you today.
Jay Tatum, I was truly taken back today as I sat down with the Pop family, who is struggling with Parkinson's but using poetry to overcome its challenges.
One of the things that Parkinson's has stolen from him and from us is his ability to speak clearly.
But Parkinson's disease isn't stopping Case Pop from using his voice to make a difference.
He has a way of speaking in a lyrical kind of way that he speaks things that people often can't put into words themselves.
Pop has been struggling with Parkinson's for 23 years and has just completed an inspirational poetry book entitled PD and Me, which outlines his obstacles but encourages optimism.
It helps people to look at life differently and their own struggles and know that they're not alone.
Pop's daughter, 9-year-old Susanna, says for her, reading her dad's poems gives her insight to his strength and fatherly love.
A lot of it is about me and about his struggles, and it makes me feel more connected with how he's feeling.
A connection she cherishes.
That's basically what keeps a family together. If the connection breaks, it's the family's breaking up.
I asked Susanna to share her favorite poem with me.
Staying optimistic. Whatever you will need to do, just keep moving. Don't let you get down, because you're the boss who is in charge here.
A portion of the proceeds from book sales will be going to the Michael J. Fox Foundation, created by the actor who also was diagnosed with Parkinson's.
Why is it important that you do that?
Research. We do research to help other people.
Ultimately, there's one message to be heard.
What is it that you want people to take from reading this book and these poems here?
There's always hope.
There is always hope.
You can pick up a copy of the book at the Odessa Hastings. In fact, Case will be holding a special book signing there this Saturday from 1 to 3. In the studio, Robert Guaderrama, CBS 7 News. Greenwood High teachers tell me this is a rough start to the school year, and Caleb will be greatly missed.
He was such a unique individual.
He had a great sense of humor. He loved people.
Caleb would have been starting his junior year at Greenwood High next week, a place where he made an impact every day.
Caleb is loved by a lot of people, and he was a diverse person. He was involved in many different things.
He played tennis, rocked out in the school band, and was a star on stage.
He was going to be a phenomenal stage presence, and I'm just heartbroken that I don't get to see that.
Though his life was cut short, friends say Caleb had it all figured out.
He knew what he wanted to do in life. He knew how to be a good person. And I think people spend their whole lives trying to get to that point, and he was there. What a wonderful way to live.
A wonderful life that came to a terrible end.
Just horrible. I mean, it just, like I said, it doesn't feel real. It's unrealistic that he won't be here anymore.
But if there is something positive to learn from this,
we can learn how to live our lives well. It's the only thing you can take from a tragedy like this.
To help their students deal with this tragedy, Greenwood High School will be providing any counseling their students might need. In the newsroom, Robert Guaderrama, CBS 7 News. It's being called Natasha's Law and has brought the dangers of concussions into light and the importance of taking the injury seriously.
It changes us, but it's a good change, so it's something we're going to accept.
When in doubt, sit them out is a new rule of thumb all schools in our area will now be following.
Coaches are already starting two-a-days, as you've seen. However, we've got to get them compliant. We've got to get them up to speed as this law goes into effect.
The new law mandates that if a player of any sport shows symptoms of a concussion, they are immediately removed from the game until cleared by a physician, all in an effort to avoid long-term problems.
Concussion can bring on memory loss. It can affect your mood, inability to concentrate, confusion.
If the kid has a concussion, he does not need to play. Some people will not be able to finish with a linebacker or a fullback or somebody, because of that, but the kids are number one in this game.
Phytex Rehabilitation and Sports Medicine is partnering up with West Texas schools to spread the word and get coaches up to speed. A major player in this initiative, especially for West Texas.
The coaches don't have access to the resources in a timely manner to be able to take care of these things.
Phytex and ORMC are launching a training program for coaches to bring awareness to the warning signs.
It's just a lot more education, making sure that everybody understands the importance of this and that we all need to be aware of it and in more regard.
It will allow us to get the education to the right people and allow us to take better care of the student athletes that we serve out here.
The University Interscholastic League is working on a statewide return to play guide expected to be put into place by fall of 2012. For this year, that responsibility lies in the hands of each school district. In the studio, Robert Guaderrama, CBS 7 News. The center's hippotherapy program is one of the most popular among the kids, but because it takes place outside, they have to halt the therapy 3 months out of the year, which is why they're trying to bring the program indoors.
The horse has an impact on multiple systems, so it's a very difficult therapy to duplicate in other settings.
Physical therapy on horses, a form that serves many functions.
To challenge their balance, good posture, all of these things affect their ability to walk, ability to use their hands for functional tasks, and their ability to speak.
Over 60 kids saddle up each year, but with a growing need and obvious importance, the center is looking to provide the therapy year-round by building an indoor riding arena.
It is a challenge for the therapist to come up with other programs that continue the children's skills that they've gained on the horse through the winter months.
I didn't understand why it would help, but it comes to find out it's helping her with her balance.
Tonika Johnson has seen a huge improvement in her daughter Benicia since she first climbed on the horse.
She's doing a lot more walker. She walks with a walker now. When we first came, she wasn't doing any of that.
It's something, as I say, that's been part of our vision. We are just thrilled to actually be here on the threshold of accomplishing that.
The center still has to get the indoor riding center approved by City Council. If that happens, the new facility will be open for riding as early as spring of next year. In the studio, Robert Guaderrama, CBS 7 News. Alanoa Art Museum staff tell me even if you can't see the art, you can still enjoy it just as much. And in their sensory garden, that statement holds true.
Our way of being able to bring art to a new audience, a new underserved audience with this sensory experience.
It's an outdoor oasis of art created specifically for the visually impaired.
Able to touch the stuff and to feel it and smell it, and it
kind of, you can put it, since I have been sighted, that kind of can put a mental picture of what it is.
The sensory garden features plants, flowers, sculptures, and fountains, all designed to bring the senses to life.
Yeah, that is very nice.
Our philosophy here is that art is for everyone, no matter what. So this is just one way to help bring that to them.
It's a haven for anyone to come to. It's an enhanced sensory experience because it addresses the needs of the visually impaired and the handicapped.
Is it a basil?
Uh-huh. Exactly
Mario
right.
Galindo lost his sight 8 years ago and is a frequent visitor to the garden.
It's just a great place. I don't know of another museum that's has something based for the visually impaired or the blind.
He says it's a true gem of West Texas, providing a unique insight to art.
It's not exactly what it looks like, but how it relates to you emotionally, tactually, sensually.
Admission to the museum and sensory garden is free to the public for their hours of operation, and more information you can go to our website at cbs7.com. In the studio, Robert Guaderrama, CBS 7 News. Reporting from the new Monahans High School, Robert Guaderrama, CBS 7 News. Reporting live in Odessa, Robert Guaderrama, CBS 7 News. Reporting live in West Odessa, Robert Guaderrama, CBS 7 News.